Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all the distinguished guests. It's my honor to make a presentation to tell you about how good the Taiwan investment environment it is here today, this morning. And also, I just arrived and find so many our superior officers of our government in this related industry here, including Dr. Chen of BOE and Section Chief of Mr. Lin of the IDB, Industrial Development Bureau, and Dr. Won of this. Are you still with the 金属工业中心? All right. Okay, MIRTC, in short. Okay, it's my honor, as I say at the beginning, to introduce you about the environment of investment about Taiwan. I guess many of you are quite familiar with Taiwan, but nevertheless, I still like to spend some minutes to tell you about how good Taiwan is. And it is really a good environment for you to develop this wind energy here in Taiwan. Okay, this is my first page and second page. Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you about in the next 10, 15 minutes or so about Taiwan business environment related to investment and how good Taiwan is and who we are and how we can be of help to your projects about Taiwan. Okay, first, Taiwan is really situated in a hub at this end of the world, Asia. And to all the major city, it's about within 3 hours journey by air, then you can approach to arrive at any major city here in Asia at this end of the world. And again, by ship, then within 2.5 days, it's also all the major ports in Asia you can arrive. So that really tells you how good the position about Taiwan is. And Taiwan has very strong different industrial sectors here in Taiwan. I guess later on, IDB can also tell you the same story. From the north to very end of the south, it's only about 400 some kilometers in distance, but then it covers whole range of industrial sectors that you would like to find. For example, in the north, you can find our major ICT companies, optoelectronic companies. In the central part of Taiwan, again, you can find some machinery companies and optoelectronic companies again. And in the south, you can have all the heavy industrial sectors, also petrochemical sectors. And in southern Science Park, again, you can find those new semiconductor investments over there. Therefore, throughout island-wide, you can find all the industrial sectors you may need while you develop your projects here in Taiwan. And the government currently is strongly promote what we call 6 core strategic industrials. This is developed from very basic infrastructure that Taiwan has. And then when this new government, President Tsai imposed, then we start to promote what we so-called 5+2 innovative industry. And then develop from there, nowadays we are promoting what we so-called 6 core strategic industry. Namely, these are what we so-called Taiwan precision healthcare industry, national defense and strategic industry, and green energy industry, strategic stock industry, and so on and so forth, just for your reference. So I think, as I mentioned, green energy industry is in government's policy in promoting. Therefore, we are strongly welcome your arrival. And this is talking about the Taiwanese business environment in general. Taiwan is famous for a lot of industrial sectors, including ICT sectors, semiconductor sectors, healthcare, and optoelectronic panel industry, and so on and so forth. Therefore, we have a quite strong supply chain in those industrial sectors. And nevertheless, we still have machinery, some metal industry here in Taiwan. Will be able to support those people who are coming to Taiwan to develop their green energy industries. And more than, say, half of the Taiwan population are in work. Therefore, we have a quite strong base of workforces. And these strong workforces, almost half of them having high education, say, like college or above educated. And property costs in Taiwan are relatively cheap here in Taiwan. And we have also quite competitive utility cost here in Taiwan. And in addition, Taiwan is pretty much emphasize the respective of IP, intellectual property rights. Therefore, this is the reason why nowadays lots of IP-related companies come to Taiwan to develop their business or their technology here in Taiwan. And here are some interesting parts of those investment projects. We have Taiwan, we have some investment incentive to encourage those investment projects to develop here in Taiwan. Nevertheless, it's more R&D related. But then we still have a tax region which is also quite support business developed here in Taiwan. And we also have soft loan and some special enterprise zone to help business develop here in Taiwan. Taiwan has lots of SMEs, small and medium-sized companies here in Taiwan. All the companies, nearly close to 98% of companies are SMEs, small and medium-sized companies. And with these small and medium-sized companies, you can tell Taiwan's industry are full of energy, dynamic and energetic, and also quite innovative. Therefore, it is an environment to welcome all these new or innovation business developed here in Taiwan. And in order to encourage those talent or entrepreneurs to come to Taiwan, we have so-called Taiwan Entrepreneur Visa to encourage those talent to come to Taiwan to develop their own idea or their innovations here in Taiwan. If you like, you can approach to our stand to learn more about how this entrepreneur visa can be applied. And Taiwan is good, not just our saying, but also it's rated by different media or different organizations here in the world. In 2018, we are rating #2 in human freedoms, and in 2019, it's the best places for expats to stay here in Taiwan. In 2020, rating by Business Environment Risky Index, it is #3 in the world for business to develop here in Taiwan. And why Taiwan is suitable for expats, and particularly those investment projects, because Taiwan is having so many aspects encourage people to stay on. Like talking about culture, Taiwan has a very traditional Chinese culture here in Taiwan. Nevertheless, still you can find those expats develop their own culture here in Taiwan. Talking about food, everywhere, every city, you can find those foreign cuisines here in Taiwan. For example, when you are staying in Taiwan, Taipei especially, easily you can find out those cuisine from like Southeast Asia countries or from European even. And talking about nature, Taiwan, you can find up high to 3,000 meters high, and within 30 minutes from 3,000 high mountains, you can approach the seashore. That means Taiwan has a lot of natural resources here. And life in Taiwan is very, very easy and comfort because 24 hours around, you can have a neighbor close bookstore or KTV or karaoke to go. And if you like pop culture, it's easy to find out in the urban cities. And Taiwan is a friendly place for people to stay. Easy if you ask some somebody you don't know about where you can go, easy. Often the case, they will just bring you to where you want to be. And talking about medical care, it is also the reason why today we can have this occasion here, because Taiwan is a relatively safety place in this pandemic disease situation. Okay, this is also tell you why this is a place suitable for professionals to come to Taiwan. For your reference, again, if you like, you can approach our stands to realize more. Now I'll tell you who we are. Namely, my organization is called InvesTaiwan Service Center. So therefore, it's self-explanatory that we are a single service window for whoever like to develop their business or their projects here in Taiwan. We can add like a cross-borders platform to help you to resolve or help you to wipe out any hurdles or difficulties that you experience while you carrying out your investment project here in Taiwan. How we can help you to wipe out your hurdles or your difficulties, because we have our director who is the Ministry of Economic Development as our director, who can hold the meeting to help you to wipe out the difficulties or hurdles that you experienced. And what sort of service that my unit can offer to you? When we're talking about investment, often the case you need to find out your counterpart to help you to supply your raw material or your technology you want to develop here in Taiwan, even your sales channel, your downstream customer, and so on and so forth. By going through all the resources that MOEA, Ministry of Economic Development has, we can help you to assess all the industrial promotional office, including those 30-some industrial promotion office under IDB, Industrial Development Bureau. And with this organization or these offices, we can help all the investment projects to identify the resources that they may need. And then often the case with investment project, you may need some professional advisors from legal firm or from solicitor firm or from accountancy firm or from even engineering firm. If you want to set up or build your own factory and so on, then we can introduce you with to know where your assistance can come in from. And then again, talking about investment project, often the case you need some offices, warehouse, or factory, or even greenfield, and so on. Again, with IDB, Industrial Development Bureau, they have developed more than 60-some industrial parks throughout island-wide. And in addition, we still have science park from MOST and Import-Export Zone of MOEA, under MOEA. Therefore, we will be able to provide you the sites or the offices or the warehouse that you may need. And also because we have a strong link with different local authorities, with their development of their industrial park respectively, we can also provide the sites that you may need for different area or different cities. Lastly, but not the least, when you carrying out your project, often the case you need to accelerate to speed up the process of the administration process, and with our link with different competent authority, we will be able to help you to accelerate or speed up the administrative process. Here are some renowned names that we have been helped for the past few years. So just overview for your reference. Lastly, this is our website. So if you feel we can be of any help to your business here in Taiwan, just please approach to our website as shown in the slides. Okay, I think that covers what I like to bring about today. Thank you for your attention.